Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our channel Canada Immigration News. We hope you are doing great. Well, in this video, we will talk about new Canada PR pathway in making for TEER 4 and 5 occupations. In a bold move to modernize its economic immigration system, Canada is set to introduce groundbreaking amendments to the Immigration and Refugee Protection Regulations. This initiative, known as the Forward Regulatory Plan, 2024 to 2026, aims to create a new permanent economic class for workers in training, education, experience, and responsibilities, TEER 4 and 5 occupations. Scheduled for pre-publication in fall 2024, these amendments promise to expand the diversity of skills and experience among permanent residents, offering new opportunities for many foreign nationals currently contributing to the Canadian workforce. Table of Contents: a new economic class for TEER 4 and 5 workers. Regulatory cooperation and implementation timeline. Impacts on Canadians and businesses. Consultations and public engagement. A vision for the future. A new economic class for TEER 4 and 5 workers. The proposed regulatory amendments represent a significant shift in Canada's approach to economic immigration. By establishing a permanent economic class for TEER 4 and 5 workers, the government acknowledges the vital role these individuals play in the Canadian economy. TEER 4 and 5 occupations, often encompassing essential but lower-skilled roles, are critical to various sectors, including healthcare, hospitality, and manufacturing. This initiative aims to provide a structured pathway for these workers to transition from temporary to permanent residency. It addresses a long-standing need to recognize the contributions of individuals who have gained valuable Canadian work experience but have previously faced challenges in securing permanent status. Regulatory cooperation and implementation timeline. Interestingly, the implementation of these amendments does not require regulatory cooperation efforts, either domestically or internationally. This streamlined approach allows for a more efficient rollout of the new regulations, focusing on the specific needs of the Canadian labor market without the complexities of international negotiations. Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, IRCC, has set an ambitious timeline for the introduction of these changes. The target date for pre-publication of the amendments in the Canada Gazette, Part 1, is fall 2024. Following this, the final publication in Canada Gazette Part 2 will solidify the regulatory changes, paving the way for the new economic class to be formally established. Impacts on Canadians and businesses. The introduction of a new permanent economic class for TEER 4 and 5 workers is expected to have far-reaching positive impacts on both the Canadian economy and society. For businesses, particularly those in sectors heavily reliant on TEER 4 and 5 occupations, this regulatory change promises to address persistent labor shortages. By providing a clear path to permanent residency, employers can retain skilled and experienced workers, reducing turnover and enhancing workforce stability. For Canadians, the benefits are multifaceted. The inclusion of TEER 4 and 5 workers in the permanent residency framework will help ensure that essential services remain robust and reliable. Moreover, it supports the broader goal of economic diversification by attracting and retaining a wider range of skills and experiences. Consultations and public engagement. As part of the regulatory process, the IRCC will engage in consultations to gather feedback and refine the proposed amendments. The pre-publication phase in the Canada Gazette, Part 1, will provide an opportunity for stakeholders, including businesses, advocacy groups, and the general public, to review and comment on the proposed changes. This consultative approach ensures that the final regulations reflect the needs and concerns of all interested parties, enhancing the effectiveness and acceptance of the new economic class. A vision for the future. The introduction of a new permanent economic class for TEER 4 and 5 workers underscores Canada's commitment to creating a more inclusive and responsive immigration system. It recognizes the essential contributions of workers in these occupations and provides them with a viable pathway to build a future in Canada. This regulatory initiative aligns with broader efforts to modernize and diversify the Canadian economy, ensuring that the country remains competitive and resilient in an increasingly globalized world. As the fall 2024 target date approaches, anticipation is building among potential candidates and employers alike, eager to see the positive impacts of these forward-thinking amendments. In conclusion, Canada's Forward Regulatory Plan 2024 to 2026 represents a significant step towards a more inclusive and adaptable immigration system. By expanding opportunities for TEER 4 and 5 workers, the government is not only addressing current labor market needs, but also laying the foundation for sustained economic growth and social cohesion. As these amendments move through the consultation and publication phases, they promise to usher in a new era of opportunity for many individuals who have long contributed to the Canadian dream.